Speaking of that, y'all remember like those chats back then?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Bro.
Used to be wild.
ASL?
Oh my God.
It used to be wild. It used to go down on
I just
Bro,
remember it's crazy. Like now it's like this. If like Instagram doesn't load the next picture in 2 seconds, I'm pissed.
Yeah, right.
It's like
what the
back
fuck's
then,
going on with my internet?
Dude, like we would wait like 10 minutes for like something like this.
hey, yo,
God damn.
first off,
Baby, pay the bill? What the fuck?
hey,
Oh, now it's like this.
down.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, man, hey, call Spectrum. What the fuck's going on? Like,
but think about it though. People were excited to jump online and get in chats, and people like, bro, it's jumping in this chat, bro.
Yeah.
We in this
Friday
chat,
nights,
bro.
dog.
Hey, come
used to
on,
be
bro.
in
We
it,
outside,
we outside, but not outside.
in the chat, bro. Oh, damn, bro.
Dude, this is how the night went.
We're filming. Thank you, baby. You gotta talk in another room.
And we live, baby. Oh.
It's been one of them days.
Hey, and you know what? I think that today is my fault, guys.
No.
I just want to apologize.
We're not going to bring this on the podcast. We're not bringing this on the podcast.
Don't bring no negative energy in here. What you talking about?
They don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, see?
I just,
just put a smile on your face. Ain't nothing happened today.
Yo. I know one thing. We're looking crispy today. We're going to be looking crispy today.
Yeah, we're looking good, man.
We're looking even crispier.
Shout out to Jay and the production. It's amazing.
Yeah, we're just dialing stuff in. We're starting. It's all about consistency.
Correct.
Making sure everything is coming out how it's supposed to. And then after that, it's just dialing it in, making sure it's good. So we're dialing stuff in. You'll see things change as we go forward. But let's shift gears. It's your boy Jay.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Ashley Booker.
And this is Musing Around. And today we're going to muse about a couple of things. Good gosh. What topics do we want to talk about?
I thought you knew what you would.
He knows.
He sounded confident. Like
I'm always confident.
I don't like knowing what we're
he
gonna talk
knows.
about.
He knows we about to get on.
Well, we kind of saved it. We kind of gave a little precursor last time.
Yeah, we did.
Let's talk about these tariffs.
Oh, I love it. Let's go.
We said it last time.
Yeah,
I'm so confused. Like, did he take them off?
Let's have a normal
and stuff.
We have a normal.
Let's have a normal conversation about it.
We ain't gotta go too crazy.
All right.
Now, like, okay, look, for everybody, we're gonna put politics aside, and we're just gonna talk about it from like a general. How does this affect us, and what is our viewpoints?
Absolutely.
On it? I'm just setting like the stage so people know like we're not gonna jump in. Like people out here bleed red, bleed blue, for different reasons. We're not going to jump into that, but we're going to focus on the issue because this is a real thing that's affecting everybody. It's not like you can ignore it.
No, very much so.
But yeah, tariffs. What was your question, Thomas?
Like, I thought they were doing a bunch. We're negotiating with a bunch of countries right now to lower theirs, or
no, not
how's it working
exactly.
out?
So
I thought it was working out to his plan. I thought he was doing. I thought he was making a plan work for once.
It is.
So I would say not exactly.
No.
So let me set the stage like this. In general, and this is just it's not going either side. This is just I'm trying to stay close to like what the facts are, close to what history has shown us up to this point. But in general, the reason why there's a lot of apprehension about the tariffs in general was because the history of tariffs. And I would say if you don't know what a tariff is what is the tax we impose on goods coming into our country, right? Mm-hmm. So if something like a t-shirt is made in China and it's shipped here, once it gets into the port, there's a tax that goes on it. That's a tariff would be something on top of that's coming in. So right now, I think our tariffs is like 130 or 40% on China goods coming in.
I thought it was 240.
Oh, it might be 240. I'm not keeping up.
I'm keeping up.
It's 240.
See, it shit keeps changing every day.
Yeah,
I love it.
240, and that's 240% of what the price of the item is, right? So, of course, that makes things pretty expensive. Typically, what happens is when a government places a tariff on a particular product or good or classification of goods, What you'll see is the companies that are making those goods, they will increase the price of their goods. So it's passed on to the customer. So companies do not eat the price of tariffs. They don't do that. It's because they were going out of business. So they don't ever do that. So they'll just pass it on. And depending on what type of product it is, they may be able to dilute it over a course of multiple things. Or not dilute it, sorry, spread it over the course of multiple things. But for the most part, it's typically passed on. Now, historically, when you get into a tariff war, meaning you're trying to put in place tariffs to get some type of net result, that could be anything. In this case, we're trying to get, from a global trade perspective, we're trying to get more equal stance in how tariffs are imposed against our goods going into other countries. So with that being stated, the idea was we're going to increase tariffs on our side of goods coming in for all countries, especially the ones that we want to be more leveled with. And that would somehow net into a situation where they want to come and negotiate with us because we're affecting their bottom line, but not by putting these tariffs in place.
How's that working out for us?
That's a lot I said. Went on a tangent. So I would say it's not right for us. It's not going great. Like we're not probably feeling the full impact of it just yet, but we are feeling it for sure. So if you go on Amazon, you order something, you're going to notice prices are probably a little bit higher on certain goods, shipping in particular.
Mm-hmm. Did they say that technology and stuff, they're not putting tariffs on them kind of goods?
It's changing every day.
I'm about to say, like,
that's the part that's
you're
hard.
still cool with the iPhone and everything.
No, electronics are coming next.
Electronics they just ain't got there yet.
No, he already said like electronics is next.
Well, it starts to go to who needs more from the other party.
Mm-hmm.
It starts to turn into this. It's a tug of war.
Yeah.
So you have a tug of war. We got to stand tall on our side, as well as I expect the opposing side to stand tall on theirs. But either way it goes, it's going to force the Fed's hand, I promise. And for us, that means money becomes cheaper. I know what people don't know what I'm talking about, but what I mean by that is that interest rates go down, meaning that we are able to get more.
No, I get what you're saying. But the problem is I have against that.
It's going to force the Fed's hand.
The problem I have against that is the Feds are seeing inflation is going up.
Right.
So because of that, inflation going up, that means they're not going to cut interest rates.
They're going to have to do something to quell if it starts to really turn into a real, if China stands their ground, they're going to have to do something.
Because the control mechanism they've been using for inflation, like, okay, take tariffs aside. The Fed has been using like a kind of a gate on inflation to get inflation back down to where they want it to be. So that lever that they've been using to control that has been this interest rates, right? What the Fed says interest rates for the banks, which then trickles down to us what we pay for like loans and stuff like that. So the Fed in particular has been increasing interest rates to control inflation, right? Because you increase it, people stop spending. If they stop spending, the prices start to level out, right? And then from there, they can start to lower it so they don't have a crazy inverse effect on what's going on. Now, what's going on right now, again, the Fed just talked about it. He just had a readout on it. And basically, from his standpoint, they can see that inflation is on the rise. So what's going to happen is they're going to up the interest rate to stop people from spending money.
They're not going to do it. Not in the situation we're in.
And look, and I would say this in general.
Because they're not governed by anybody.
I was about to say next. The president cannot do anything.
No, but what he can do is he can force their hand by policy.
He can do that. He can try to do that.
And that's what he's doing.
Well, I think that's what he's attempting to do.
But I think it's going to work.
On the flip side, and this is on the flip side, and this is where it gets a little sketchy or a little a little gray area. China has bought a huge chunk of our debt, right? So from that standpoint, now would China sell that to somebody else? They could. It's going to raise the value of their equivalent dollar, right? For their money. Currency is going to raise it. They don't want to do that because they don't want the currency to go up. And the reason they don't want the currency to go up is because their goods are cheap. If their goods are cheap, they can be the ones shipping out, and they're the go-to country as well as industry that's supplying all the goods to everybody. They don't want their dollar to go up, right? And we're not like financial experts, so we're just three guys talking about this.
But if they're selling to everybody, do they really care if they're not selling to America anymore?
Yes, because we're like number one
consumer.
Okay, I got you.
Okay,
hey,
that's our power.
But you're selling to the rest of the world.
No, but that's our power.
Yeah,
that's
but
our
we the biggest.
superpower.
We the biggest.
We are the biggest consumer.
Gotcha.
Right. So therefore, for them, this hurts everyone. This hurts them. That's why you start to have information start to leak, like even about like high end like luxury goods. I don't know if you guys seen stories about this.
Yeah.
Like literally the same manufacturers that are like making like things that say they're like from Italy or from like these places, and we pay these high prices for, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same shit you're getting on DHgate and some of these other sites because they're all coming from the same manufacturers. So really, what's the difference? So at that point, so why does a person pay so much for high fashion items, you know what I mean? Like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all of that. And then you can get the shit on DHgate or some of these other sites straight from China, and it's the same shit.
Yeah. What are them Temu prices looking like?
Here's the thing.
What I'm trying to tell you.
Temu,
it's going to affect Temu right now.
It has. Look, it's like
it already has.
It already has. The application has lost its ranking in the Apple Store. It has shot down from the top, one of the top apps.
So that's
and another one was that Shein.
Well, that's a war. But Thomas, that's a war.
Yeah,
because now it's like this. Those apps were making damn good money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people buying their goods.
Okay, but here's the kicker.
It's a war.
Here's the kicker. The Chinese marketplace, right? So so we have our stock exchange over here. Their market is actually doing pretty decent right now.
Yeah.
Ours is tanking.
Sweating.
Ours is tanking.
But ours, like I always say,
I think it's going to continue to tank.
But I also
like before
I left. Well, because of opportunity.
It's all opportunity.
Yeah,
that's the spend.
It's opportunity.
You just need some patience. So, that's all.
Irregardless of who's president or what's going on,
this is opportunity. This is opportunity, meaning that like, okay, our market crashes out, right? There's a buying opportunity.
Yeah.
Like I said on the last show that we had when we ended, is that most people, when the people who really are triggered by what's happening are really living by the debt-based society, meaning that they're in debt. So therefore, interest rates matter to them. Actually, stock prices don't. Even though people say, "I know I'm gonna catch some heat," and I'm willing to take it. But the thing is, stock prices don't. Stock prices matter to people who have money invested in the market, which tends to be higher earning people in general. Not saying that a person who doesn't make a lot of money can't invest, but stock prices and definitely position in those stock prices and them going down hurts people who are investing. And then the people who are investing are also smart enough to know that if it's low, I'm getting things on sale, because now at this point, the market is in a place where it's like, hey, even if I'm not a sophisticated investor, this is a great time to buy. You know what I mean?
I would say this: we're at a very precarious stage, and the reason why I'm butchering that, but the reason why is because of this. When you look at the stock market, you got some companies who are definitely down, but you got some who may not even survive, and the reason why is because the uncertainty and not knowing and understanding. Look, a tariff war, no one truthfully really wins. That's history. History's shown every time we've had a tariff war, we didn't win. No one won. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was different. Different day and age.
What's the record?
No, I'm saying even in the past.
Yeah.
In the past, when we've tried this, like numerous people out there obviously has debated this from more financial experts, and they've stated multiple times when the tariff wars that we do not win in tariff wars, right? That's not a thing that inks out for us. Now, on top of that, we're in a precarious situation where we do not know what's the next thing that's going to be hit. So these companies, they can't, like, here's the thing. Like, if you're Nike right now, how do you go into the next quarter and understand how can you control prices, right? You know what they did? They said, well, cool, we're just not going to sell stuff in America. We're just going to sell it to other countries.
They stopped releases and stuff over here, yeah.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. And the reason why is because they can't even play in the marketplace if it keeps fluctuating like this.
Because they can't set their price.
Exactly. And that's what kills business. And I'll be honest with you, some businesses, small pops businesses are going to go out of business. And the reason why is because a big company like Nike can do it because they're on a global stage. A smaller company is going to take all the hits. And then on the inverse side is another example. Like look at farmers, right? You had China in particular. We're in a tariff war. So they're like, okay, cool. You're going to raise it. We're going to raise it on our side. And you know what? We're not taking beef no more from the United States. Yeah, they did that. So now the farmers are pissed because they got all this cattle, all this meat that they're prepped and ready to go. They're supposed to ship out and they can't send it to the country. You know where China's taking it from now? They're taking it from Australia. So what does that do to the farmer? So then all of their product that they have, right, that has a shelf life, what happens to it?
Agreed. But at the same time, but at the same time, these other countries have always done what to us? Meaning that, like, what I'm saying is at a certain point,
for a reason,
somebody has to stand up.
But here's my thing. This is why I push back.
I mean, I don't like the whole laying down America. I don't like it.
But here's my thing.
Stand up.
Here's my thing. Like, and it's not really I'm speaking to the general conversation that's going on, not necessarily you. But what I push against that is this. If you look at it from a more straightforward standpoint, like you can say that. But if you take a step back, you understand this. There's reasons why certain countries have certain tariffs in place against America. Doesn't make it quote unquote right. It just means that they have different interests, right? That's at stake. For us, and this is my opinion, I don't feel like we gain, like we're not going to have manufacturing jobs come back here. And if they do, and this is where my sentiment is, and I've always kind of said this, even before this tariff war, before presidency, a lot of different things, I've always stated that if we had manufactured jobs come back, it's not going to even be the same. Because you got to think, no one's going to really want to work and get paid a low sum of money, right? That's just not going to happen.
We're going to get child labor in here.
It's just not.
Real talk. Kids are going to start working, bro.
I personally think, I'm going to go a little bit on the inverse side of this. I mean, I see your point of view, and I do respect that point of view. I do.
Yeah, of course.
The thing is that I think that everything, politics, everything we're talking about is a setup. And the setup is that AI is going to take the place a lot of the menial things that need to be done in this world. Tariff wars are kind of meant to distract us a little bit so that we can kind of in our human brain like have a rhyme for reason. Okay, things are changing. My job got dumped because of this tariff war, because of what's happening here. But really, it's going to get X'd out because of AI. Because at this point, you're right. There is no real room for human people to be sitting there knitting something or putting up, I mean, no offense, putting together a car or anything like that. There's no real reason for it at this, where we're at technology, at the technology that we're actually know about, right?
How long is it going to catch up to where?
I think we're already here. I think we're living in it. And I think that's why they're in such a hurry to abolish everything.
So it don't even matter. Quit being scared.
I'm not scared.
Don't worry about tariffs.
I think it does matter.
I'm not worried about it.
It don't matter.
I'm not worried about
I wouldn't
it.
say that.
It's a good time to buy. It's a good time to buy.
Next topic. That shit don't even
All
matter.
right.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean,
I would not
I'm not
say
saying
that.
I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right.
No,
You can push back. I'm not saying I'm right.
I would say this. I think AI is coming no matter what, and I think it was going to come regardless of the tariffs or not.
I just think that the tariffs is a thing to soften the blow to the public, because I think that I think people in the know, and I think that like the people who don't know, they need a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the reason? Okay, well, because we're in a tariff war. We're got to eliminate these jobs. We got to eliminate this. China has to do the same thing. It's not just us. Everybody has to do it across the whole world. It's not just a United States thing.
But it's a different. Okay, it's a different board that we're all playing on. Like same board. It's a different strategy that each country's playing. Like you gotta understand, like,
but it's the same game.
Can
we at least admit that?
It is, but it's not.
Because we agree
got
about
different
certain
needs
things.
No, it is, but it's not. Like you gotta look at a perspective like this, right? We're in a post-industrial age right now in America.
Correct.
Right? China is very much, and they force themselves to stay in an industrial age. There's a reason why.
But technology is not going to allow them to stay there.
No. But they've stayed there because that's where they want to be specifically, right? That's why they don't want to sell the American debt, because they don't want to raise the value of their equivalent dollar. And that's because it would go to another country, maybe like India, right?
I agree.
And then all of a
they're
sudden,
industrial age,
and right?
and I get it.
And
but
they're an industrial too.
But I still feel like it's going to force all of the world out of that.
Well, here's the thing. We're gonna okay. Right now, we're exporting, we're having goods produced for us in the countries that were labor's cheap. That's where everything pushed to, right? And you can argue why we even got to this place, right? But we're not going to go down that thread. I would simply say this. I do think it's a distraction.
Totally.
But I don't think the distraction is because of AI. AI is coming. Everyone knows it's coming. Like there's no need for a distraction.
Well, I think you kind of do for people who don't. Well, there are people asleep, Jay.
Hold on. I think it's a distraction, but I think it's a distraction for a different thing. I think it's a distraction for, and this has less to do with politics and more to do with agendas. Because agendas at times, it can be used in the political theater, right? You can use within political space, you can use that to accomplish whatever agenda you're trying to get done, right? And that can come from any party, right? But I think right now there's a concentration on dismantling a lot of aspects of what's in place in this country. And I'm not even saying that on to be like super controversial, because like that's literally happening. You know what I'm saying? Like there's plenty of examples we can name and sit here and name. But I would say like we're in an unprecedented time. Like we're, as an example, right? We are migrating people from this country, some of them criminals, right, back to El Salvador, right? But in that
some of them not criminals,
right?
Poor dude.
And in the instance where it's not criminals, right? You're seeing the judges say, and it went up to I believe it went up to the Supreme Court, say, hey, no, you got to take this specific person and bring them back, because like we need to verify to make sure they're actually not a criminal, because a case got presented, all those good things, right? And again, it's not about the president, but in general, the administration decided not to do that, right? So I'm saying this to say we're in an unprecedented time. Nowhere have we been in history where you had any administration, Republican, Democratic, does not matter, where they went against what the judicial system is stating. Like it's just unprecedented. So I'm just saying, like, for me, the distraction is let's concentrate on these tariffs because I'm getting these tariffs done, but I'm also behind the scenes doing a bunch of stuff. Like, I mean, some of the stuff like it feels fringe when I talk about it. Like,
oh, it's some fuck shit going on.
No, it feels it feels straight fringe.
You're gonna send somebody, the innocent man, over there in like the worst prison, in one of the worst prisons in the world.
Yeah, if you're
and we can't get him back.
Exactly. I mean? Look, if someone,
like you said, you're gonna just forget about what your whole judicial system is saying.
Yeah,
because you got a gangster felon president in there that could do whatever the fuck he wants to do because he can get away with it.
Listen, right now he's doing whatever he wants to do. Yeah. That much is being stated. He's doing whatever he wants to do. And for me, I think we've got as citizens who voted and the election's done, I think we have to let things play out. You don't got no choice. I think you can make your voice heard. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a tool that's useful. But I do think in general, right? We're just in an unprecedented time. So I do think the distraction is probably not AI, because I think AI has already been pushing heavy. Even before the elections, it's been pushing heavy. Now, some people are not hip on some certain things, but it's been pushing heavy. Now, is it going to affect all industries? Yes. Just like the internet affect all industries.
Correct.
But the difference is AI pushing into things is going to elevate us. I said this before in a previous podcast. It's going to elevate us to be able to focus on things at a higher level, just like programming languages. We don't develop in assembly. We don't code in assembly. Some people may do, but we typically don't code in assembly. We code in a higher level language that's built off of that uses libraries that breaks down into assembly, right? So we can focus on bigger stuff, right? So that's what AI is going to enable us to do, right? It's going to take jobs that we as people do not really want to take. For instance, I don't know, sewing shirts, unless you're really into sewing shirts, right? Those jobs that people are not fighting over to get, working at fast food restaurants, those are great jobs for people who do not have a job. But at the same instance, those are not the jobs that people are fighting over, right? Meaning those are not the jobs that people get extremely upset because they cannot get. Now, I'm not saying someone doesn't need a job, but you get what I mean. That's where I think it's going to play a role in. But I push back against the whole idea, the notion that it's just AI. It's more that's going on. And I think people got to sit down and just pay attention,
Why do you think we want to cover up AI? Like, why do you think that
because nobody's going to understand that that there's no more jobs. Because honestly, man, most jobs, man, can be completely and totally replaced. I'm not trying to be like some doomsdayer person, but I'm saying that, like, so right now with the way society is written, we all kind of live in a debt-based situation, and people have to work. It keeps on the hamster wheel. You know what I mean? I don't care if you, like, I know we've had conversations, rent, buy, this isn't, dude, people taking HELOCs, people taking money on their house. I mean, dude, it keeps you on a hamster wheel, right? And if you don't have a way to make income, which hasn't been, there hasn't been a solution for that yet, for what we're going to do with people when they can't work at a fast food place, or when they can't go to a place and put together a car, or when they can't do, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things that are jobs that, they obviously feed people's families and obviously feed into the debt-based society that we live in. I think that in this society, it's a weird situation that I think is bigger than just the orange man. I think it's bigger than him. I think it's bigger than everyone.
I was like, wait,
I'm just saying. I just think it's bigger than everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's a situation that, because if people honestly, legitimately think that the president makes decisions for this world, then at that point, I mean, okay, well then you can believe that. But I wish that, our political leaders actually made real decisions out here, but they don't. And I'm telling you guys, as a person who actually is looking at different things in a different perspective of, like, hey, like, this stuff's coming from a different place. It's not coming from the people who we think that are in position. They are taking orders. Like, so no matter who we vote for, it's two sides of the same coin. We're getting the same results. There hasn't been a better situation. It wasn't better 4 years ago. It isn't better now. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody blames
and
each
honestly,
other.
And we always want to blame this. And as long as we keep doing that, guess what? Nothing goes up. Because honestly, the people really do have the power. But the thing is that we don't know what's going on. Everybody's confused. We always saying down here like, hey, no, you're wrong. I'm wrong. All right, he's wrong. You're wrong. That person's wrong. This person's wrong. It's that person. It's his fault. It's that fault. Whenever you play the blame game always loses for everyone. In my opinion. And that's my opinion. So I'm not saying that's an opinion of everybody on the cast. That's my opinion.
Of course. I mean, I think everyone gets to. We've been stating different things.
Well, going back though, like when the internet came about, we found everybody kind of going into different industries.
No, it was the same thing.
Same thing.
That's why I don't know. I think this is a little bit different because of the fact that this is actually something that can actually take away human, and and who's to say that that's a bad thing? And I'm on that side too, Jay. Like, who's to say that is bad? Like, maybe we need more time to spend with our families and hang out outside in nature and chill
as an entrepreneur,
and allow allow robots and androids to do all the shit we don't want to do.
Exactly. That's it. As an entrepreneur, I can do stuff more efficient. Like I can have somebody answer my phones for me. AI can answer my phones.
Everything.
AI can book my gigs, and then I can just focus on the gig. AI can do my logos, can do all that stuff, my print, everything I need, and then I can focus on other things instead of paying whoever or spending the time myself to do it.
Yeah,
you know what
agreed.
I think literally the internet or even websites is the perfect example of the 90s, and the reason why is this. It's the same. And the reason why it's the same, because people were freaking out the exact same way. Like, imagine when this computer that's sitting here right now, imagine when, like, the difference between a typewriter and a computer. Like, once a while ago, not too far ago, we had people that was on typewriters, and that's how they made their living, typing out stuff for people. And then when a computer came in, that it was able to to facilitate that in a more efficient way, right? People were freaked out to say like, "Whoa, I'm going to lose my job."
That was like 25 years ago.
No, but the point
It
is,
wasn't that long ago, was
exactly.
it? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not. And then, but in that moment, they were saying the exact same things we're saying right now.
Yeah. Jay, they have things that can do a human being's job, but listen, and they actually have droid bodies
hold on.
that look like and feel like us. Now, this isn't the internet.
No, Ash. It feels different because it's different things we're comparing it to, literally, but the feelings and the expression of what people felt like they were going to lose was the same. Because if you talk to someone back then, they would say, "No, I'm losing my job to a computer. I'm not going to be able to sit here and do this task. It's going away." Like. But in and
it did kill jobs.
It did,
to be fair.
But it also added jobs.
Correct.
But
I don't know where this is going to add jobs. And I think prompting. I think yes. I think there's going to need a prompt for a while, but eventually, as it keeps learning, it's like
because the AI aspect is more physical. Like these motherfuckers can landscape.
Well, they can teach each
back
other.
In the day. Like
they've already got the thing where the thing will teach itself. I know we sound like cavemen because we don't even know the precipice of really what's available, and to be fair. So we don't know.
But you got to think like this.
Yeah.
Us as humans, we do a lot of mundane tasks. And I'm not belittling anyone's job by no means, but you got to understand something.
Administrative assistance.
But that's somebody. That's somebody who.
That's somebody's gig.
That's somebody's job.
Sorry, man.
But hold on, wait.
They got a baby at home.
Not everybody's gonna. Somebody's gonna need you. You know,
somebody's gonna need you. But and there's certain jobs. There's certain jobs that won't go away.
Figure the AI out. You know what I'm saying?
You working for some 80-year-old man?
Really?
Go ahead.
Hey,
go ahead.
There's folks still in the industry that got to tear off the perforated paper after they print.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? They're using old school shit because they don't want to learn.
And that's my point.
Dinosaurs.
Yep.
Exactly.
Real talk.
It will survive.
There's a few of them.
Certain jobs won't. Certain jobs I think won't go away. Like trades, that's not going nowhere. They're not. It's not.
It
going
might.
nowhere. No, but it's not.
You got the little people cutting grass.
If you have a person,
robots can
if you have a person, if you have a person that looks like you, that can move like you, that has the brain capacity that can be told a task and achieve it, why would it not go away? Like if there are certain things, because honestly, look, to be fair, the medical industry has already been controlled by AI, meaning that when they come in, they ask you all of these symptoms, they're putting it into what? A computer. The computer tells them, well, it could potentially be this and this. Now, if you remove that person,
no more
and
doctors.
It's just a fucking thing, and you tell it, this is what I'm feeling, and it's telling you exactly what it's telling the doctors right now.
Okay. Okay, but
and that's a doctor. I'm not even talking about okay, if there's a problem with electricity, boom, you go in there, you put in the problem. I'm not saying human beings are completely removed. I'm just saying a lot of the work capital is.
Of course, but
right. There's going to be somebody there who has to prompt it, right?
Yeah, but then if you step back again, when you step back and you see if we're not doing that, right?
We can totally live life.
No, not even that. I don't think we're going to be in a society where
we're free.
Electronic beings does everything for us.
Why not?
And I don't think it's that.
Wouldn't that make more sense though? If we live in a happy place,
cool looking, they can do flips.
If we live in a happy place,
you saw the robots doing flips with 2x4s.
We can hang out. We can hang out in the park with our families and just relax and then everything's paid for.
Robot be driving by.
Robot. Hey, fuck you, robot. Hey,
go to work.
Take me to fucking my studio.
I don't think
gonna be assholes to the robot. Talk down to the robot,
and they're gonna be fighting for human rights here pretty soon, right?
No, listen,
you see in every movie. That's when they come up. You know,
they come up.
All these years, you treated my people. Blah blah blah.
I agree.
I don't blow them away with hoses, just like we were. You know.
Now, for real though, we'll be treating them bad. Hey, ain't they made with wires? Man, shoot them with a hose or some shit.
Thou says,
put them in the water.
Put them in the water.
That's gonna be the anti.
The kryptonite. Except the ones that can swim.
Hey, no. I want to make a statement, but AI, listen. I didn't say. I'm making a joke right now. Don't lock me in my house later.
I'll burn you up.
If anyone's seen our podcast,
fire in Ashley's house.
Look,
I'm your friend.
Ash,
let me be free when you put all these humans in a zoo.
I'm dead. Ash been
let me be free.
Oh,
He's been making this case for AI for this whole time.
I'm making the case.
We scared.
I'm scared.
I'm not
but
scared.
I love him.
Jay
I love him.
I'm not
I love him.
scared. You know the funny thing is, Ash is not scared of tariffs, and I'm not scared of AI.
And that's why this podcast is great.
I think we'll be fine. I'm not worried. People were freaking out with Y2K, man. They thought the world was going to end, literally.
For no reason.
Literally.
Just cause.
Hey, what did you guys do?
What's worse?
What did y'all do?
Just celebrated. I think
we just chilled.
Man, I got drunk with my homeboys. I was young. I was like 19.
Yeah.
And I think we were like, I'll never forget it. And it was so fucked up. I was like, people don't know St. Louis. I was like on the west side.
Like, he said it like a bruh.
Yeah.
Not the west side.
I was on the west side. And then I was in my partner crib. And I remember we just got drunk and then we went and got some weed and drank and we just set up in this crib.
Waiting.
But yeah, probably finna die or something, I guess.
See?
And then when it didn't happen, I saw, man, this shit already happened in fucking whatever.
Yeah, I didn't believe
we good.
I was chill. I'm like,
yeah,
it don't make no damn.
I didn't really care either. I was so young. I was too young to care.
Yeah,
I had nothing to lose.
Let
I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Oh, I want to go back to KU. Great. Amazing. I want to study for that fucking test.
School's over. All right,
school's over.
I'm not doing my final anyways.
Fuck them.
You're not gonna get me.
Nah, man. Shit. So yeah, no. But that was a time, and I do want to speak to that. I do see your point. Like, look, guys, we are just having argument for sake.
No,
but
we're not.
I do see
it. We're having it because
it's for real.
Because this is literally the conversation that's going on with everybody else. I told you this whole conversation feels fringe, but it's not fringe, and the reason why it's not because this is currently where we are. Half the things we're talking about right now, and in a regular period of time. This would not even be something that where people would be like, "Oh my gosh, you're talking about something that's so far removed from what's going on right now." And now we're sitting here saying, "Yeah, I don't know if the bicycle I purchased today is going to be $200 tomorrow, or if it's going to be $50. I don't know, or I don't know if AI. I'm going to have to ride a bike because AI is going to ride a bike for me. I don't know." So there's so many what ifs is going on right now. We're just at an interesting time. But I do think, like we said before, because it's not all downcast. There is brightness in what we're seeing. I do think
we gotta find it, Jay.
I do,
like I said, man. It allows you to do easier stuff.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I agree.
It
makes your life. It makes your
all the
life.
time, man.
I use it every day.
Yeah.
So like, I think I'm sure everybody does.
And I'm finding programs too to try out to use AI for different things.
Yeah.
You know? So it's
That's
something that everybody should learn.
It's unprecedented. Like, think about this. Before, when you sat down, you were like, man, I got this brilliant idea. You have to sit and find someone who, if it's software, you have to find someone to code it for you. Mm-hmm. If it's even if it's a business idea, you got to write a business plan. You got to figure out what's the market, all these things. We're in a in an age where you can sit down, have an idea, and have AI help you launch that idea.
Yeah, write this plan for me.
Like for entrepreneurs,
amazing.
Listen,
but I would say this.
Unprecedented.
I would say this though. I will say this. How long do we prompt it?
Forever.
Until it doesn't need a prompt.
Forever.
I would love to believe you.
No, forever. And
they got sentient robots.
No, but here's the deal though.
Here's the deal. We probably are being controlled by a big ball. We're like, man, Trump's crazy. Then we'll find out the real truth is some big Orpheus ball of fucking consciousness.
It's Elon.
Well, I mean, it's a really weird situation why he's there, but I mean,
that's another podcast.
And,
I think
and his obsession with trying to get Sam Altman's company. I mean, he has an obsession.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you see Social Security? Did you see they decided for Social Security that they're going to launch they're going to push their updates on Twitter?
Yeah.
On X?
That's good.
They're only pushing their updates on X.
What's that mean, though? That's weird, but what's that mean?
Well, from one, it's crazy.
King Elon.
Yeah.
How?
But no, some folks don't see that crazy at all.
That's the point.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, look, my parents are not going to see that. They're not on X.
Yeah.
They're not looking on X and say, "Hey, we pushed it on X so you can see." Like, wait, what?
What's the agenda? Is you trying to get all these old folks to sign up for Twitter?
Come on, conflict.
What's going on?
I think that's a little too much.
No, I think everything is too much, and I think that
distractions.
Well,
hey, he moving in the dark right now.
Hey, where are my
He's
goggles
shuffling.
at? Where are my glasses?
I brought my glasses tonight.
I almost needed them. But I would definitely say this. I will definitely say this. There's something definitely bizarre. It almost is like he's human, or is he? And then it's like, what if it's already? What if it's already a sentient?
Oh my gosh!
Look, this is
bro. He's South African.
Hey, South African chip. Like,
no,
man, you put that chip because he's like, I don't know if he's a person. So what scary. What I'm going to say is this.
Thomas is smiling. Isn't
that
scary?
Man.
Well, no, it's no reason to be scared. It's just this is the new. There isn't. I mean, look, there's nothing.
He wants people to continue to watch our podcast. That's all it is. Don't be that scared.
It's okay.
We want to frighten them away from this.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, you're supposed to have these normal conversations. This is normal.
Well, I think friends, who care about each other should have these conversations.
Of course.
I just think just steel sharpens steel, and I think that it is what it is. Like, we gotta push against each other's thoughts to see why, and then the why might help the other person, it might help the other person, and vice versa. Or some people might be stuck in their ways, and it's fine.
Yeah,
everybody has the right to kind of think how they want to think, but we are in a very, 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 very. I think we can all agree that it's a very strange age. No matter how you think right now, like or what you believe, like on whatever I'm not into the sides. I just think that like. Whatever your thoughts are is fine.
We're all into sides, but we're not trying to let this conversation dictate sides.
And then you can choose to partake in the new technology and AI if you want to, or not. You know what I mean? There's folks that still gotta still don't have email.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
good for them.
Right?
If you don't, you'll be left behind. I'm sorry.
Now you're a dinosaur for sure, but but still,
I'm sorry.
It works for them. Behind. You still got AOL. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know people who do.
Global. What's the
Damn. So y'all internet still go. Damn.
Some folks
they still offer that shit.
Hey, bro, I swear that thing felt like a button. You got mail. Like, what? Speaking of that, y'all remember like those chats back then?
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
Bro.
Used to be wild.
ASL.
Oh my god,
it used to be wild. It used to go down.
I just remember. It's crazy. Like now, it's like this. If like Instagram doesn't load the next picture in 2 seconds, I'm pissed.
Yeah, right.
It's like
what the fuck's going on with my internet,
dude? Like we would wait like 10 minutes for like something to do like this.
Hey yo, first off,
baby, pay the bill. What the fuck?
Hey,
now it's like this. Hey, what's going on? Hey man, hey, call Spectrum. What the fuck's going on? Like,
but think about it though. People were excited to jump online and get in chats, and people like, bro, it's jumping in this chat, bro.
Yeah. Friday nights, dog.
Come on, bro. We outside, but
not outside.
In the chat, bro. Oh, damn, bro.
Dude, this is how the night went. Me and the homies would get. We would get that big New Yorker pizza or something.
Yep.
A whole bunch of that Surge or the different kind of Mountain Dews that were coming out, and we would chill and just act like different people on AOL all night,
bro. And then you had the different color text.
Yeah. You could choose whatever font you wanted, dog.
And you were like, bro, I got that special font. What you mean, bro?
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But that is really the world.
Then we played GoldenEye doing that shit too.
Facts.
GoldenEye and Madden.
Yeah, that was the world we lived in.
That's all we had.
You weren't playing over the web. You had to go in the room and hook your two systems together, do a LAN party.
Yeah.
And that's how you played.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like, you think, oh man, that's in the 1900s. That's like
not that long
15, 20 years ago.
About 20 years ago.
Which is crazy how much things is accelerated.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand, man. Like, but I think again, I think we're in a beautiful space. We have a lot of things going on right now. But I do think, like I said, take advantage of this situation because because overall, there's things that you can do to leverage the situation, right? We talked about well, we didn't, but there's stocks. I think Ash mentioned that. There's also just the idea of just stacking your money and being prepared to make a move on certain things, right? So it sounds like I'm winding things down. My final take.
Well, I think this. I think what we should do is we should totally, because we were so low. Let's talk about the positives right now.
No, we have some positives. We have some positives.
Yeah, we have some positives.
No, but I just want to just also emphasize them.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this? If you're watching this, you're alive.
There you go. One. That's the biggest
Come on.
one.
Okay. If you have a beautiful family and they love you, that's two, right?
Yeah.
Give thanks.
Okay, and I'll get off the bull. I mean, I'll get off the thing of like what's what. But I would definitely say this is that we as people got to control the controllables, meaning that like whatever elected officials.
I can't control the tariffs, Ash.
Well, no,
I can't control AI.
I said those are the uncontrollables.
I know.
See, the controllables are, hey, guess what you can do? AI exists. Figure it out. Yes. If you guys don't like the orange man, vote him out of office.
Can't do that.
You can't. Why is this? No, why? Why
you can't yourself?
No. Why? I have a question. Just as a 4-year-old kid, why?
Why can't we vote him out? He's in.
Oh no, I'm saying, but he can be
after
he's over.
I can vote him out
after
here.
After he's over.
He ain't my president.
No, I'm saying after he's over.
After
he's over. Why can't we vote him out?
After he's over.
What do you mean?
After 4 years, like.
Oh, he can't come back.
We're not voting.
Maybe. I don't know.
He's not supposed to come back in again.
But he does some shit that he ain't supposed to do though a lot.
I mean, he has stated.
I've heard rumors.
No, not even rumors. He literally has stated to the reporter. He said, look, once it's over, I'm not planning right now to run again, but there's a way I could.
But then
he's trying to make the Trump the royal family.
But then again, though, guess what?
Yeah.
It also opens the door for the people that people do like. So it also opens, because I also heard a pushback from Barack.
Oh yeah.
Well, then I'll run again too. Okay, well then everybody can run again. So then now it opens the whole field up. It turns the whole.
I don't want that.
I still want
no.
Oprah to run.
I don't want anybody.
You can't, bro. You can't be out here just serving infinite. It's like, bro.
Why not?
That's what happened to a lot of different places. Venezuela, Cuba. This goes on.
No, I need to hear the rest. I'm fucking with you, Jay. I'm fucking with you. Now, look. But to be honest, I'm saying that either way it goes, all we can do. I'm fucking with you. I'm just talking shit.
I want war.
In the rest of the countries, run them. No, but honestly, I would definitely say that no matter what, control the controllables. Do what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Understand this world. In my opinion, guys, this is Ashley Booker's opinion. The shit works cyclical. Mm-hmm. So therefore, you're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs. You're gonna have points in time. Like it goes back to even what Jay was saying was where we all there's been tariff wars before. There's been different things that have happened in history
and it didn't
that
work
have
out.
happened. And you know what? And this might not work out, Jay. But guess what?
You find the ups. If you always find the ups, you always
check this out, though. No, but check this out.
Don't worry about the downs.
Are we still in the United States of America?
We in here.
Are we still here?
Greatest country in the world.
I'm still going to stand on that.
Beautiful country.
I love it. But I'm going to stand.
What's the song? God bless America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I sit here as a person who is in America, and I love it. And I think every nation has ups and downs. And I think
we're trying to be so positive.
The emphasis on trying.
America.
We are trying. We are really trying here.
Yeah, bro.
Shit.
We about to come out with an American flag and put our whole clothes in the
I just. No, but I do feel like I truly do feel like when we look at this, hopefully it is what you say. It is the .com era. It's a worry that we not really should be worried about. And I think that even the tariff war is a thing we're not going to worry about. I think it's going to all sort of stuff out. Obviously, we're out of control of it anyway. It's not up to the people. It's up to the people who are in charge. People in charge make the decisions. They do what they're going to do. All you can do is take advantage of what happens when they do make missteps. And right now, I can definitely tell you that stuff is on sale. So if you do have money put away, if you do have things that, trust me, don't be scared right now. Actually be ambitious, because trust me, some of these stocks that are on sale, if those companies go out of business, the whole world goes out of business. So get involved. And you correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not talking about mom and pops. I'm not talking about small businesses that are being affected.
I'm not talking about mom and pops.
Right.
I'm talking about blue chip. I'm talking about blue chip stock.
Y'all ain't gonna survive this, bro.
Mom and Pop need to start investing because y'all are about done.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying, man.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm trying.
I couldn't help myself.
I'm trying.
You better find a trade or buy a robot.
I'm trying, man.
He said, I ain't talking about mama.
I'm talking about blue chip investing.
It's a wrap. Oh, damn.
But hey, what he's saying is during these times, the poor can get rich. You know what I'm saying? This is the poor's opportunity. We're trying to educate the poor.
No, I agree. Like I said this earlier. I don't disagree.
This is the poor's cash. Poor people cash.
Honestly, if our president right now, to be fair, I know I've been being disrespectful, but to be fair, if he's able to shift and move the hand of the Fed to cut interest rates, it's going to help out people who don't have shit.
They're going to cut it anyways.
We don't know that.
It's also going to help them folks.
They did cuts last year. They didn't cut it. Like, it's
he
not,
just be saying
it's
stuff.
Not. It's not going. We're not getting houses back to 2%. It's not happening. That's not happening.
But nobody thought it would ever get to that point.
They will when they start making them out of foam, Jay.
See, Jay, you can never say that.
The foam houses are.
No, nobody thought it was going to get to that point. No. Nobody said it was going to ever get to that point. So how did it get to that point?
COVID.
Well, what's going on right now? Who's to say this won't start like some world war? That might
stimulus package.
Oh, well, okay. Well, you start a world war, you do some crazy shit,
stimulus
you fuck
package,
our shit up.
Stimulus package ain't coming with the world war.
You don't think so?
Nope. I think it's gonna be trying.
It don't matter anyway.
All they did was print money doing they didn't create value. They just printed money.
We made guns.
All right, man.
We made guns.
So if a war comes in, I mean, I guess he's doubling down on the fact that if the war does come, then we make guns.
I'm saying before we did.
That's good.
Did you know a lot of guns are made here?
I know that.
I'm not being funny, like, you know.
No, I'm saying, and I agree. So if a war comes here, what happens? You don't think a lot of contracts stay here? How are we gonna do? Go get our guns from our ops? You can't do that.
No.
We gotta make them here.
No,
got people to work here.
Yeah.
Hey, and we gotta pay them. Oh my gosh! So what happens is, I think we're
we're not paying them. They're robots. We said no.
Oh, so now it's the AI thing. You know what?
I'm joking.
On that note, I'm
joking. I'm teasing at this point. But I do think this is a good conversation to have. Like, just because, and I'm being for real. If you're watching this, understand everybody is having these conversations. I think it's great because we have such a different perspectives in this conversation. I like that. And hopefully that's representative of people listening to this. Like, oh, wow. Okay. I see where my stance is.
It opens your eyes to the what ifs, man. The stuff that you're not thinking about. You got to be ready for whatever to happen. Yeah.
Keep your perspectives open. Yeah. That's what I would tell you. Keep your perspectives open. And I'll be real with you. And it may sound weird to some people out there, but Black culture is in a very interesting place because I feel like we're always in a state of, look, we can't control the things we can't control.
Oh yeah, we got the advantage on that.
So like,
we ain't controlled shit.
So there's a sense of remaining calm that I think we're able to take the lead on, right? You know, like It's just it's a weird, uncanny.
We ain't panicking because we ain't lose nothing yet. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wasn't already taken away. But point is, though,
fair enough.
But hey, like Ash was saying, use this opportunity to start buying while it's low. That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, of course, please do. That.
Look,
irregardless of who you are, please.
If there was something positive of what's happening right now, is that markets are in influx, and I would definitely take advantage of that and buy the dips, because right now everything's dipped, and I think that you're gonna get things that are on sale.
Do your research.
Smart educated.
I'm not telling you what to buy. I would just say that, but if you even if you don't know better, just like, you know how we always say, you can buy funds. You know what I mean? And there's funds out here. You have Vanguard. You have that.
And they get hit right now.
No, what I'm saying is that you can buy
over time.
Right now, you're getting a dip, meaning that even if you're not a sophisticated investor and don't know exactly what to invest in, trust me, just invest in the market. The market will recover. If it doesn't recover, money doesn't matter anyway. So just always remember that.
It's a long game, though. Like, don't jump in and think like, oh, well, you know, a year from now I'm gonna be good.
No, well, this isn't the casino, okay? But you know, it can totally be one in the long term if you allow things to sit as Jay is.
Yeah, Costco making money all the time.
Costco is?
Oh, what?
Oh yeah, they're making dough. What you mean?
They're making money. Anyways,
but buy dips.
Buy the dip.
Buy the dip.
That okay? We don't enter that. What's your last words, Thomas?
Don't worry.
Be
My
happy.
man.
Be happy.
For real. Stop stressing out over stuff that you can't control. You know what I'm saying?
Be happy.
And be prepared. That's my 2 cents.
Be prepared. Yeah, you know I like that. I like that. Yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely do not get too freaked out by stuff we cannot control. So I'm basically echoing the sentiment on that. Focus on things that you can control. If you're politicians in your state or city, if they're not doing what you want them to do, then vote someone else in. Right? And like it or not, where we are is where we are, and we just have to navigate the space we're in. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean you have to be happy about everything that happens. You're a person. You can have an opinion. Of course, you do have an opinion. Just, you know, take it all in, and take your time making your decisions. Don't just jump on something. Yeah. All right, we out. This was a good episode, but we'll catch y'all later.
Peace. What's she saying?